Today's review is a brand new beer from Azvex. This is Vampire Appliances, an IPA at 6.5%. But what's it going to be like? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to, I'd almost say, one of my favourite breweries. This is Azvex from Liverpool. Brand new IPA from them. Vampire Appliances, 6.5%. Hops, cashmere, citra and nectaron. So let's crack it open, get it in a glass, see what it's all about. Certainly Azvex, in my opinion, I think, they're definitely in there. I think they're going to hit my top three this year in terms of breweries. I'm not sure they're going to replace in my normal top three, but to be honest, I've had so many great beers, IPAs, double IPAs. I haven't really had much pale ales from them or any other sort of stuff. I mean, I went to the tap room and had one of their smoothie sours, which was incredible, an ice cream sour. That was really good. But anyway, this beer, wow, that's just what you're looking for. Bright yellow, very hazy, almost to the point of opaque, custardy coloured. 2 fingers, fairly standard head. I'll get to the point now, it's even not even describing it now. It's just it's a head, it's got 2 fingers, but by the time I drank to there'll be no fingers, it will go on. But certainly body-wise, colour-wise there, looks pretty good. Let's check out the aroma. Oh yeah, lots of citrus. Lemons, limes, grapefruits. Yeah, there's that little bit of melon, sort of guava, that sort of stuff as well. Right up my street. Let's drink it. Cheers, everyone. Oh yeah, brilliant. Absolutely up there with all the Azvex. Consistency, I should say, for craft beer is important for breweries, I think. And for me, Azvex have been very, very consistent and at a point where they've been good, if not very good. This is definitely up there with all the good stuff. I've literally got it straight out of the fridge. Don't normally do that, but I was going to drink another beer tonight and I took it out of the fridge and then life got in the way and I forgot about it. An hour and a half later, I've gone to touch it. I'm thinking, I don't think it's going to be cold enough. So I went for this one, and obviously at that point, I'm ready for it. So I just took it straight out. So it's a bit cold, so it's difficult to unpack the flavours, but it's similar to the aroma. Lots of bright citrus, lemons, very lemony actually. There's grapefruit, the limes are coming through. Then there's this sort of, I'd almost say melon or guava, I think is the other sort of flavour. Something very light and bright. Well, I'm trying to remember what the hops were. So we've got cashmere, which is one of those hops that I've never really got on well with, but I don't think it's that distinctive in this, because I always thought cashmere wasn't really on the citrus side, but this is very citrusy. Citra, obviously there's a lot of citrus in there. Nectaron, the New Zealand, I should say, hop, which I think is quite different than the rest of them. But there's a lot of the characteristics of that coming into this. There is that slightly gooseberry, as I said, melon and guava definitely as well. So, but it's wrapped up in a it's just, the flavour's all there. It's like, I was just thinking, I just edited a recent video, God knows when that came out, and it was I remember what it was now. It was a single hopped double IPA from Pressure Drop, the Welcome to the Internet. Yeah, with that one, there's very one-dimensional, and there's no complexity to flavour. This, on the other hand, is very different. There is a lot of citrus in there, but you're not just getting lemony flavour. You're getting lemon, you're getting limes. There's something sharper than lemon, like lime, cutting through. Then you're left with sort of more of a grapefruit flavour. A real sharpness. And almost that citrus sort of bitterness that you get from a white grapefruit. And then even within that, even when you're sitting there just sort of, and the flavours just sort of on the coating the sort of the taste buds, as it were, you get these little pops of flavour that's different than citrus. Slightly, I would almost say slightly earthier, but still quite bright. So the gooseberry, the melon and the guava, I think, are the flavours that are coming through. But it's interesting because flavour is, I really like this beer, it's really good flavour. But when I look at the hops on it, I don't know, I wouldn't have expected it to be quite as citrusy as this. I'd expect a bit more stone fruit flavours with cashmere and nectar on. But then that goes to show that sometimes you can get free hops and somehow the combination of them gives a different flavour than what you would expect from those hops if they were individual, as it were. Body-wise, I don't need to describe the body. It's soft, it's fairly light, but it's soft and it's got a slight velvety touch to it. I just think that Azvex, again, make a lot of their beers very much like this. Certainly their IPAs. They are light, but they're not just the way that they sit. They're not watery, or there's an element of how to describe it. It's a little cloud-like, I suppose. There's a very soft water profile with this beer, or whether it's that water or whether it's the yeast and everything that they use to give that. Just seeing, does it tell us what the yeast is on this? No, it just says it doesn't actually describe the yeast on it. Some beers do say, but I think the way that the yeast that they use, it creates a much softer, lighter sort of beer without getting watery. And I think that's half the reason why their beers are consistently good. Lovely beer, lots of flavour, lots of big citrus hits, which I like. And then there's that slight what am I talking about? Slight touch, really, I should say. A hint, that's the word I was looking for. The slight hint of some of those sort of very traditional New Zealand sort of flavours. They're sort of white, I wouldn't get to say grape, but definitely the gooseberry, melon, kiwi fruit even, I always mention that. But there is that sort of flavour, very green sort of fruits. But it's more subtle. The lemon and lime is much bigger in the profile. So another cracking beer. So let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Vampire Appliances. I don't know if this was actually a Halloween theme, but it's a good couple of weeks after Halloween when I'm recording this, and I pretty much picked this up. And it's as it just appeared, really. So yeah, but it's a pretty good beer and the scores represent that. So start with aroma, appearance, flavour, value for money. If this was $4.99, and finally my overall experience. Chart the scores up. Well, it's Azvex. It's a highly recommended. Yes, it's just on the cusp of highly recommended. 80, total score 80 out of 100. It's just a very good, solid beer. That maybe give it a disservice but Azvex makes so many good beers that it's just like, yeah, this is great, this is great, this is great. And I haven't really had a poor Azvex beer. Maybe the odd one that's not quite up to par. But I've generally enjoyed some of their beers, and so a lot of their beers, I should say. And I drink probably more Azvex than I probably do any other brewery now, just because the price point is right. They release lots of new stuff, so there's always lots of stuff available. They make the beers. I know the beers are going to be good. Double IPAs are very good, as well as the IPAs. As I said, I don't drink much pale, so I can't really comment much on their pale ales. I probably have had the odd. I think when I first started Azvex, I did have pale ales, and they probably weren't the best, but that was probably because I don't think pales are generally. There's many breweries out there make really cracking pales, and I'm just less of a fan. It's don't have the flavour, don't have the body that I want. But this is a cracking beer, so let me know. Azvex, should they be in my top 3? Let me know in the comments. And until the next one, you know what you do. Drink good craft beer. Keep on rocking.